come on, government class, you can make it, right? I mean, we got to drag ourselves across the finish line here, okay? Just honestly, one last topic here in the last couple lessons. Um, so we've been studying the Electoral College, and that's a super practical topic, whether you kind of like the topic or not. You guys are all gonna be old enough to vote. I'm pretty sure most all of you will be old enough to vote in November, and so you're gonna see that in action. Now, today we're going to transition away from that, right? I mean, this kind of last couple of weeks is kind of a grab bag of stuff, right, that is not in the Constitution, but totally impacts our government. So that's the media, right? And the media is very, very important, right? Obviously, the First Amendment guarantees us freedom of the press, and so it plays a huge role in not only informing us, but keeping our government and its leaders accountable, right? And making sure they're doing what they're supposed to. So I know it gets ragged on a lot, today that people are very critical of the media, and rightly so. But it is a very, very critical function, and it's so critical that again, our founders put it into the First Amendment, right? That we should have freedom of the press. So today we're just going to look at the different types of media that exist. There's really just 5, right? I mean, I know there's some platforms that are called multimedia, but for this purpose, we're just going to break it down to 5. There's newspapers, magazines, radio, TV, internet. Okay, and what I've done is I've given you a chart that you're going to fill in with the different strengths and weaknesses of each of those types of media. Now, let me two things to think about here. First, you need to have, I'll be nice, you need to have at least 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses of each type of media, right? So 2 strengths for newspapers, 2 weaknesses for newspapers, 2 strengths for internet, 2 weaknesses for internet. I mean, you can do more than 2 if you want, but you have to have 2 of each for each type of media. Other thing to keep in mind, right? We are not talking about like strengths and weaknesses of entertainment value, right? I mean, clearly the newspaper would suck at that, right? We're talking about getting information and news, okay? What are its strengths and weaknesses going to that media for news and really, really important information, okay? Not strictly entertainment value. And on the chart, I provided just an example, I think, forget now exactly. I think it was a strength of newspapers and like a weakness of radio, I think, just to kind of give you an example of what I'm going for, okay? But we're going to use this, and then tomorrow we're going to kind of do, I think, a fun assignment about propaganda in the media. But today, we'll build the foundation of what are the types of media, and again, what do they do well, what do they do poorly in terms of news and information for you as a citizen.